You're listening to the Ecosystem Approach show. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time and 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio.
We discovered that human potential is severely limited when you program humans like a machine, which is standard practice today for self-improvement.
The Ecosystem Approach teaches you how to uncover your infinite potential by using natural methods that are truly revolutionary. Join us now for the Ecosystem Approach show. Today, we're going to talk about life purpose and how to determine and use your life purpose in your daily life. I want everyone to know this is definitely not script. I am so excited to do this show today because this is something that both Jason and I, but mostly Jason, has struggled in the past to be able to articulate. And I want everyone to know this is amazing. This show just hits home, especially where I am right now. So this is really amazing. So it is generally not understood that life purpose and health are related. Whoa, that's interesting. Life purpose and well-being and life expectancy are related, and just plain old life satisfaction is related to you doing your unique life purpose. We have an interesting perspective around purpose, so stay tuned for this very important perspective. We're married intuitives with over 25 years experience who created the Ecosystem Approach. This is a groundbreaking way to see yourself in the age of Aquarius. We help you unleash healing and potential that is unknown today and is totally unique to you personally. This is not your typical type of energy work. We help you with life-changing internal discovery that is powerful, rational, practical, and useful for everyday life. Jason, what exactly is life purpose?
It's an imprint of subtle energy from your essence, or what some people call soul, that you have when you're born.
That's kind of, if you take a moment, take a beat on that, that's kind of a lot to think about.
It is.
Okay. Well, how do you know what it is?
There are many people, experts, that try and help you infer your life purpose,
Yes.
but that often can be correct. So
Incorrect.
yes, incorrect. So I Googled it, and they said, well, okay, what are you passionate about? What do you like to do?
Right.
Do these things and try and figure it out. That doesn't work. And I'll tell you why, okay? There is always a presence of dark or negative energy that we all have.
Yes.
It skews your perspective. If you look at your life without accounting for the dark energy, you will always infer, using that method, the wrong purpose. You won't get it.
And I agree with you a bazillion percent. We're going to talk more about this. So, how do you determine life purpose?
Well, it's not something that you figure out.
Okay.
And that's what most people go to. Well, I'll just figure it out.
Well, they want a formula, so to speak.
Yeah, they want a formula.
Okay, if I know this, I can do that.
I'll go sit on a mountaintop for a weekend by myself. And I'll figure it out, or I'll do something I've never done before to help me understand who I am.
Yeah, see if there's any fear or encouragement or those kind of things.
We see with Mom, she watches because that's what I put on the TV, but she watches travel videos on YouTube.
Well, she actually likes them a lot.
She does.
She really does.
But all the time I hear these creators saying, I did this hike that was really demanding, and it was dangerous, and It was life-threatening. So, and I did that because I learned about myself. Well, I've done life-threatening things myself. I used to jump out of airplanes in the Army, but when you stress yourself or do things that make you afraid and you overcome it, it can feel good maybe, but it doesn't necessarily teach you about who you are, and it might teach you the wrong thing.
Well, I would say if you do something that is makes you afraid, people use the word, oh, it was exhilarating.
Yeah.
Well, exhilaration is, don't misunderstand me. Yeah, that can be fantastic. But does it help you make any money? Does it help you know who you are?
Yes.
Exactly. Does it help you help others to do their life purpose?
Yes.
And it's a big deal. So all right, so I'm going to ask you, how does life purpose affect health and life expectancy?
Well, first of all, we have to go back because we
okay.
missed the most important part,
Oh,
which is, so if you try and infer it, it has to be an energy process. You can't figure it out. You can't watch a travel video or climb Mount Everest and
Okay.
say, "Oh, now I know who I am."
yes.
No, it doesn't work that way. It's an energy process. You have to remove the negative energy attached to you
So you can have clarity.
and the perceptions about who you are authentically. Your essence wants you to know who you are authentically, and
Yes.
it's constantly giving you messages
Yes,
about that.
yes.
But the problem is that with that negative energy present, you'll never figure it out
Right.
the way you normally think about figuring it out.
Well,
You know, my dad wanted me to become an accountant, and if you really knew me, that is so stupid. That would never, ever work. You know, and I can do details and financial things. You
oh,
know,
by all means.
you know,
In fact, you're very good at it.
for a certain period of time, and then I get bored
And he's done.
and I'm done.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
and
yes,
it's
yes.
not who I am. It's not what I'm here to do.
Right.
But I thought, and there was even a time in my life, because this is the negative energy. What my dad wanted was a form of negative energy. What my family wanted for me was a form of negative energy.
And by the way, I know you very well, and I got to tell you something. He wouldn't have been able to do it. And the reason he wouldn't have been able to do it is because he would have been going against what he didn't exactly know until, well, this brings this up, until we started creating the ecosystem approach. He was kind of drawn, kind of like, should I be here or should I be there? Like all of us at many times in our lives. But when you start removing the negative energy, there's a clarity.
You're starting to listen to your essence.
Oh my gosh.
Instead of listening to all those voices outside of yourself about you should do this and you should do that. And whether it's a YouTube video or your parents or your family or your social group, it doesn't matter.
Or even what you went to college for.
Yeah.
I mean, I find that to be amazing. So let's go back and how to determine your life.
No, we did.
Where
that.
are we at?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. How does life purpose affect health and life expectancy?
Okay. And I'm going to ask Moxie to put up slide number 7 first.
Okay.
And we've shown this before. It's a very simple graphic representation of how it's supposed to be. Your essence is at the pinnacle there at the top of the triangle.
Correct.
And it flows down to your physical body and to your ego.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when your essence is working the way it's supposed to, when it's not buried in negative energy, it tells your physical body what its purpose is.
Right.
And your physical body is designed to help carry out that purpose.
Correct.
Okay. And it also does the same thing with your ego. It tells your ego to support your life purpose.
Yes.
And that's what it does. Now, if you look at the next slide, number 6, if Moxie would put that up on the screen, you see the triangle is just upside down.
Yes.
And when we see that most people come into this life, this is what's radical about the ecosystem approach, because because we've developed refined intuition, we can see that this is the way it is for most people. We have so much negative energy attached to us, we don't realize how it's affected us. Mm-hmm. And this upside down triangle is one of the ways. So instead of having your essence at the top, your physical body and your ego is at the top. So what does that mean? Well, and you see this in the world. Your body gravitates toward pleasure.
Yes.
Not your purpose. And your ego gravitates toward whatever feels good, whatever looks good, whatever makes you look better in the world. And you see all sorts of egomaniacs in the world today. You can just kind of figure it out in your own mind. You see people who are addicted to drugs, alcohol, sex, even attention.
That is correct. That's a big
Look
one.
at me. Those addictions are because they're not tethered to their essence, and they don't know what their purpose is, and
Correct.
they're just searching for something to make themselves feel better.
Exactly.
So we'll do more about this later, but
Right.
we should be ready for the
summary.
Yeah.
Well, then let me ask it this way, Jason. What is the summary of this segment?
Life purpose from essence, or what a lot of people call soul, is the knowledge of this purpose comes from interpreting the energy and information that comes from essence. Purpose is an imprint that happens at the time of birth. Trying to infer your purpose from observing your interests and passions is flawed because the presence of dark energy. Without clarity, most people are unaware that they carry this negative energy. Dark negative energy can distort, mislead, and skew your knowledge about your true interests and purpose.
Correct.
Using the ecosystem approach is the way to understand negative energy attached to you, so you can perceive the messages from your essence and know your purpose.
And I just want you to go back. Purpose is an imprint that happens at the time of birth.
Yes.
Everyone, hang on to that one. We're going to discuss more of that in the next segment. In the next segment, we're going to talk about the major misconception that people have about life purpose, and we'll offer some clarity about applying your life purpose. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to talk about the major misconception that people have about life purpose, and we'll offer some clarity about applying your life purpose. Jason, what is the biggest misconception people have about life purpose?
They expect a detailed listing of purpose, like a big printout. Like a 5-page document. Okay. Tell me what my purpose is.
All right.
No, it doesn't work that way. It's your purpose that's attached to you at the level of your essence is just a basic framework or outline.
Correct.
It's not broad. It's just a basic outline.
But if you think about, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you, but if you think about it through your lifetime, there are hints, there are suggestions, there's even blatant things that say your purpose is this or your purpose is that. And it's so interesting because most of us, we don't pay attention.
Because of negative energy.
Very good.
We get these messages all the time, but we discount them, say, blah, blah, blah. So,
okay, Jason, how is life purpose expressed?
It's always as a general concept that comes from essence. It's not detailed. It's a framework. It's high level. It's an outline. It doesn't give you the details. And that's what most people get hooked on because they want all the details. They want it given to them. And we're going to talk some more about that.
Okay. So, well then, how to create the details of life purpose. What do you mean by that?
Once you know the general concept of your life purpose, it becomes sort of a lifelong quest to fill in the details for yourself. It's not something that's given to you.
Yes.
It's part of your life path that you're supposed to fill in the details of who you are.
Yes.
And if you continue to remove the negative energy on a daily basis, like we teach using the ecosystem approach, you will have more and more clarity about that purpose. We were just, there's a couple examples, so many examples.
I know I have like 10 in my head myself, but go ahead.
We already know that our purpose is to help others use energy and to grow and develop.
Yes.
Recently, we've been talking about high-res music because we see that positive music is a way of connecting a person to subtle energy,
True.
the subtle energy realm.
Yes.
And Patricia and I started talking about using more music to help people connect with this positive energy.
Yes.
So we're gonna put something out on YouTube shortly about what we can do, not necessarily about high res or the nerdy stuff about that, but the idea that we've always had music going in the house because it elevates the energy, so we exist on a little bit higher plane. And if that sounds like woo-woo talking to you,
Well, no, I'm going to put it in very simple terms. One of the things that you and I both do, especially regarding music and and what we do, we always look for the quality. It's not about quantity. It's about the quality of either what we're doing, what we're listening to, and how it's even presented.
Well,
no, we're not perfect. We know that, everyone.
No, the quality of the energy is an indication of the benefit it is to the people that are in it in the moment.
Well, and if you use the ecosystem approach, it's a great way to gain the quality of your life.
Well, and we've had so many clients tell us that when they do a session with us over the phone, and we always do the sessions on the phone, and we have people all over the country, all over the world, literally, actually. But their dogs come and sit with them because they feel the energy.
Or the cat will climb up on the computer that they're sitting in front of.
Exactly.
Like that. And we know cats do that. But that's great. But you know what, Jason, here is, I said to you when we were talking about doing the show, I said, Jason, give some examples of what somebody's purpose could be. So general categories of life purpose.
So here are some general categories. And we've talked about this before, but it's not a complete list.
No.
But it's sort of the broad framework.
Yeah.
And you think of it like a coloring book. You fill in the colors.
Because it's your life.
When you were in second grade, you got a coloring book and you had all the outline there, but it was up to you to choose the color for each little piece.
That's correct. So can you name them off? I'm fascinated by it, if you must know the truth.
Healer is a big one.
Yes.
A lot of people are healers. Another one is warrior or advocate. Not everybody's a warrior, but you can be an advocate. Advocate is a form of a warrior.
Yes, it is.
Another type, and I'm using a couple different terms to describe this, but entertainer, musician, artist, or someone who creates good energy. This is all in one. Some people want to entertain to create good energy for a group of people. That's purpose. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Whether you're a musician, whether you're a visual artist, whether you're a singer, or just someone on YouTube.
So at Thanksgiving, I could dance on the table and everybody will think it's entertaining.
No, but if you like it, that's all that matters.
I couldn't resist, everyone. I knew what he was going to say.
I know her family. They would say, "Okay, where's the food?"
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
I want to eat. So, anyways,
all right, go ahead. There's another one.
Farmer, producer, creating substance. That's a broad category.
Yes.
Uncovering secrets or truth teller.
Oh, that's huge.
I've always known.
You are uncovering secrets and truth teller.
Yes.
I love that about you.
Parent, raising children. There's something about being a nurturer. We have 2 dogs. We have a garden.
Yes.
We take care of my mom, who's literally my parent, but now it's the role
the other way around. Yeah.
So judge, arbiter, people who say you should do this or this. People come to a judge and say, "What should I do, judge?" And judge says, "Well, you can't do this, but you can do this." That sort of thing.
Right.
Some people, that's their purpose.
Correct.
Engineer, builder. That's one. Innovator, inventor, or creative.
Yes. Yes.
Intuitive, psychologist, spiritual leader. That's kind of all one category.
Mm-hmm.
I put intuitive in there. A psychologist may not think that, but a psychologist, typically the best ones are very, very intuitive.
That's exactly right.
Same thing with spiritual leaders.
That is correct.
Enterpriser, business person, organizer, taking together raw assets and put them together so they
Right.
can create something of value.
Yes.
Um, Baker cook,
Yeah. Very, very big for me.
yes.
Yes.
She cooks even when so a lot of the things she bakes, she doesn't even eat. We don't eat because we're trying to avoid sugar, but she still bakes it. Explorer scientist, I need to see what's over that other mountain. I need to know
Exactly.
what's
Yes. Yes.
there,
Yes. Yes.
or I want to find the
Well,
secrets
and
of the world.
here's a big one. The last one you wrote down here is Earth, climate, repair, healing, meaning one word, ecology.
Well,
I love this one.
and that's what the ecosystem approach is designed for, because
Yes.
we see that human beings are an ecosystem,
Yes.
and in order to really repair the human condition
And heal.
we have
Yes.
to have a different framework to look at people like ecosystems and not machines.
Exactly.
The frame in medical science is as a machine. The
Yeah.
frame that we're treated with at work often is like a machine.
Yeah.
We don't think of individuals or people as a ecosystem that needs to be nurtured and given the right things.
So how about there's another big misconception about purpose.
This is huge, that it has to be associated with your job or vocation. No, when you understand that a broad basic categories, then those can be applied to any profession or job.
Right.
And it may require some creativity and some time to know and apply your purpose to your current job or occupation.
Okay.
But these broad categories almost always can be applied to where you work now. And that doesn't mean you have to stay there or whatever. A lot of times people work for very practical reasons of money.
Money, exactly. But you have an example here, and I think it's a really good one.
Let's say you work as a janitor.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a healer, you could see that your work is healing a building by cleaning it. Or as a janitor, you could see your job as a healer is to help everybody in that building feel better about the day while you're doing janitorial work.
Correct.
It's just how you approach it.
Right.
A janitor, you never think it would be a healer, or a janitor could be a nurturer, or
Correct.
he could be creator. He or she could be creative in terms of finding new ways to clean, to make it cleaner than before, to make it easier and quicker.
Correct.
To keep it clean, all those things.
Yes.
You can do all of those things just by being something that's very, very simple, like being a janitor.
I love that. So, Jason, what is the summary of this segment?
Your life purpose is not a complete or detailed as you receive it intuitively. It is a basic framework that requires each individual to fill in details as they live their life and make choices in connection with their essence. In order to truly perceive your purpose, you must have clarity that comes from an energetic approach, and the ecosystem approach was designed to give you that clarity as you pursue your personal evolution with constant clearing and removing negative energy. We're constantly removing negative energy, and those pieces of the puzzle just keep popping up.
It's nice.
Purpose is always a general enough to be applied at any time, anywhere, and not related to occupation. Use the ecosystem approach to uncover your personal, unique purpose.
In the next segment, we're going to dive in and help some overall perspective about finding your purpose and the primary tool we use for ourselves and our clients. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to dive in and help you get some overall perspective about finding your purpose and the primary tool we use for ourselves and our clients. Okay, Jason, let's talk about how we help ourselves and our clients determine their purpose. What tool do we use?
To start, and it's just a framework, it's just the start. but we use the natal chart in astrology. It
Mhm.
creates a basic frame and provides hints about the frames. The frames our purpose. It frames our purpose.
Yes, it
So,
does. Yes. Well, wait a minute. Then let me ask this. What parts of the natal chart determine purpose?
um, it can be any part really, but the
Okay.
natal, if you talk to an astrologer, they would give you a really long answer, but mine's going to be a lot shorter. The natal chart is a unique representation of a combination of energies at the precise time of birth
Okay.
that represents an imprint of who you are. This imprint is everywhere. We'll talk about that some more, but the houses that we look at, we look at your sun, moon, and ascending sign. Those are the major signs.
The first three, yes.
And then what houses they're in.
Yes.
That gives you an idea of the context.
Yes.
Okay.
And you have a couple really good examples.
Yeah. Well, and we also look at the North Node and the Midhaven.
That is correct.
And what sign and houses that they're in. So I'll use myself as an example.
Okay.
My sun is in Sagittarius in the ninth house. The ninth house is belief systems and higher learning. I love a sort of an academic approach to energy.
Yes, you do.
And most academics would not say that energy is an academic pursuit.
At all, yeah.
Yeah, but I still.
But he's made it one. Let me say it that
I
way.
want to, and it's a big deal for me.
Yes, yes, yes.
My moon is in Scorpio in the seventh house, and that's about partnership and a marriage. One of the things about the seventh house is it's a place where counselors often reside.
Okay.
My Scorpio is what's responsible for the power of my intuition.
Yes.
And we have a great partnership and marriage, but
we do.
The counselor part is what I bring when I talk to clients. And it's
every once in a while he'll counsel me, trust me. But the bottom line is that because we use the ecosystem approach and remove negative energy, it is very rare that Jason and I get upset with each other for any reason. And we can talk about anything.
That upset part is just negative energy, and we just cleared away. We're constantly removing.
In other words, taking things personally, or feeling judged, or jealous, or those are the things. Those are the examples that I would use. So my
North Node is in Aquarius.
Yeah.
Which, if you've heard me talk about the age of Aquarius, I love that.
Yeah.
But it's a view. Aquarius has a love of humanity. Mm-hmm. And it's an 11th house, which is ruled by Aquarius. Yes. It's a big deal. It's just for me, it's just so perfect. Because it's my purpose, to understand humanity and understand how things work
and how you can help. And
I guarantee you that's a big motivation for the ecosystem approach, how it came to be.
Right.
And then my midhaven is in Capricorn, which doesn't sound like me, but it's in the 10th house, which is about profession, career standing, responsibility, reputation, and standing.
Yes.
I've always thought to elevate the standing of people that work with subtle energies and in the metaphysical realm, because it's one of the lost potentials. One of the it's a body of knowledge that could be so empowering for the world today, but it's just has been discredited. And by the way, our next show next week.
Are you gonna step on my question? Go ahead.
Maybe it's about a business, small business, and the power you can have using an energy approach or a metaphysical approach with small business. And most people just, it is so perfect for small business because a big company is too stodgy to accept something like this. And as a small business person, you can have a real advantage by doing this. Anyways, but that's my midhaven Capricorn. I just think that there's great possibility here. So,
okay. Well, I'm going to go on to the next question. Okay. And the next question is, why don't you use the Enneagram type for your life's purpose?
We use the Enneagram as a tool.
Yes,
in
we
what we
do.
do in the ecosystem approach. And it's a very important tool. We use it. It's very, very important because it helps you understand the negative energy attached to you.
Right.
But I've seen some Enneagram books that say, well, this is the window into your soul. No, those people can't see. If you could see your soul, you wouldn't see that it's a window into your soul. It's actually it's like a reflected surface or a blacked out window. It doesn't show you anything.
And the bottom line is we want to have as much clarity about
Yes.
us or what we're doing in life and what we're doing in life, excuse me, not or, and what we're doing in life as much as possible so we can not only help ourselves, but help others.
Many people falsely believe that if they have an Enneagram trait that they've used that they consider an asset, they say, well, what's that? That's good, right? I see that the Enneagram as a personality typing system was given to us from the non-physical dimension because human beings on Earth were being so stupid about their ability to see negative energy.
Correct.
We can't see it.
Correct.
We have been normalizing really a lot of negative energy that looks good on one hand superficially, but in reality really isn't.
Well, and I'm going to jump in and say, when I first started working with you and we were talking about my Enneagram type, which by the way is a 4, and I never wanted to be a 4. Well, I still don't, but that's beside the point. The point that I'm getting at is that he said to me, well, you're a very jealous person. And I immediately said, I am not. Well, come to find out, yes, I am, but not in the traditional way that you would think. And so I've used the ecosystem approach to help remove that negative energy so I could have clarity about that jealousy and a few other things that are connected to my Enneagram type. And it's been amazing. So, Jason, your purpose and who you are is an imprint. Please talk about that.
Your essence imprints you with your purpose and who you are in many ways. Okay. It happens at the time of your birth. The natal chart is one way, and astrology as a body of knowledge has determined how that happens. But there's other ways. The lines in the palms of your hand, that's called palmistry, is also an imprint.
Yes, well, obviously.
The bumps on your head,
right?
There's bodies of knowledge that they can interpret the bumps on your head to determine who you are.
Well, and there's
in your iris,
the iridology.
Yes. Looking at your iris and looking at the pattern there, they can determine who you are.
Yes.
Your body screams in the world and says, "Hey, everybody, this is who I am." Your body wants to tell the truth, and oh, by the way, lie detection technology that they have.
Yes.
It's based on this idea that the body is trying to say who it is constantly, all the time, authentically, naturally, honestly.
Yes.
And if you lie about who you are, then your body has a physiological reaction to that.
Yes, which is that's not something you want to do. So so life's purpose is a puzzle that you resolve during your whole life. Is that true?
Yes. We're just finding more and more things. Now, we've known about who we are and what our purpose is in terms of bringing energy and helping people overcome the negative energy attached to them. But, we talked about the music just recently. We've always had music in our life, but now we're making it a bigger part of us. We live close to Yosemite National Park, and one of the things we've wanted to do is help people take parts of the natural world and use it for their own energy in ways that are really positive in their daily life.
I love that.
And but that's a piece of the puzzle that we're just learning about now. Yes. And it's kind of interesting.
More to be revealed on that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, Jason, let's do the summary and then
discuss how to clear.
That is exactly right. So, Jason, what is the summary of this segment?
Playing with the puzzle of your life can be fun and should be fun and deeply satisfying. At the time of birth, we all have an imprint that reflects who we are and our purpose. We suggest that you use your natal chart and astrology to get you started and to help you find the first pieces of your unique puzzle. Use your sun, moon, and ascending sign and the houses that they're in to get you started. Your midhaven and north node and their houses can also give you information about your purpose. Knowing your purpose and applying it every day will benefit your health, relationships, and your ability to have well-being in your life.
I love that. So with all of that said, let's tell everyone how to do the clearing or removing negative energy.
So it's very simple. Your posture doesn't matter. You don't have to be reverent. It's not, you're not um, um, praying to an enlightened being. You're talking to yourself.
Yes.
When you're clearing,
you're talking to the essence of who you are.
and you're giving instructions to it. So you can sit, stand, walk, lay down, stand on your head. It doesn't matter. You can be doing something else. We often we're walking and we're clearing. In the shower, doing dishes,
Yeah, exactly.
all sorts of, mindless tasks. I like to, in the springtime, I love to, lawn tractor. I'm driving around in my lawn tractor and I'm clearing. So anyways, you can do it in any way. So
that is correct.
So when we say to eliminate, in your imagination, in your mind's eye, gather up all that negative energy that we're talking about, that we're identifying. Sometimes it's veils and illusions. Sometimes it's barriers. Just take that up in your mind's eye, blow it into the processor. Moxie's going to put a picture of the processor up. And it's that simple. It goes in the top, gets processed, it comes out in the front neutral.
Love it. Stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to help you remove some negative energy to get more clarity about you and your purpose. I love that. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to help you remove some negative energy to get more clarity about you and your purpose. Jason, take it away.
Here we go. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that if you try to determine your purpose without using an energy clearing technique like the ecosystem approach, the negative energy will distort your beliefs and indicators. And take it from me, I thought I wanted to be an accountant or project manager, which is the worst thing I could ever think about being. So that negative energy really distorted me. So
everyone, take a breath and remove those veils and illusions. Okay. And I'm going to shorten it up just a little bit and to eliminate the barriers so I can see that determining your life purpose is essential no matter your age or your circumstance and is the most fulfilling thing you can do. Nice and easy. Get rid of those barriers that's keeping you from determining your life's purpose. Right now, take a breath and blow it out. I have just one little story, and I was going to tell it in each one of the segments, but I'm going to tell it now. And the story is that I didn't meet Jason until I was 48. And the most amazing thing was I always knew that I had something rather special that most people didn't have, and I'm talking about intuition. But honestly, I did not know how to use it. I didn't really know what direction to put it in. And so when I started removing negative energies, that path became so clear to me. I have to tell you, it was so amazing. I honestly, even today, still can't believe that it's there.
Well, her stepdad wanted her to become a computer technician, which if you knew her, is equally stupid of my becoming an accountant.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. But you know what he wanted? He wanted me to have a security.
Yeah.
And I would have, let's put it this way, I would have found a way to mess that up so much. Anyway, with all of that said, the next clearing, please.
And to eliminate the stress, anxiety, and overwhelm I have in my life because I could be out of alignment or unconscious about my purpose.
Take a breath. and to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see. If I try to determine my purpose without seeing and perceiving that dark, negative energy in my life, I could go down the wrong path. Nice and easy. Take a breath and get rid of it.
And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that purpose comes from essence is only a framework, not a detailed plan or a specification sheet.
Yes. And I could go down. Yes. Take a breath. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see. It's up to me to fill in the details of my purpose by living my life and trying things out and reflecting on how I feel, while at the same time constantly, consistently removing negative energy so my assessments are accurate. And that's what the ecosystem did for me. Take a breath, everyone, and blow it out.
Removing that negative energy is not a one-time deal.
No, not at all.
And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that you should never use your Enneagram type to help you determine your purpose, because it's a reflection of negative energy, even though you see positive traits that come from your type.
That's right. Take a breath. And to eliminate the barriers so I can see that using my natal chart and specifically my sun and moon sign, along with the houses that are present, it can give me a good start and hints about determining my purpose. Take a breath and blow it out.
So, and to eliminate the barrier so I can see that my life purpose is not dependent on my job and doesn't necessarily have to be associated with a job or occupation.
Right. Take a breath and blow it out. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that solving the pieces of life, my life purpose puzzle, should be fun and enjoyable for me every day. And by the way, that's exactly what the ecosystem approach has done for me, so I could find what my purpose was. Take a breath, everyone, and blow it out. Now, we didn't exactly talk about it. If you're the first time at this show, this is where we're going to activate life force. Life force is the most powerful, most amazing energy that we have access to. And when we use this life force energy, there are so many things that can really happen for us, because it does help us remove negative energy, but it also can empower us at the same time. And it goes like this. Follow along. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to activate life force so I can be happy and healthy, aware, and have clarity about what negative energies are standing in my way and what positive energies are uncovered when I remove those negative energies each and every day. Take a breath, pull it in through the top of your head. This is life force. This is powerful. Let it go to the tips of your toes. Stop it. Ask it to turn around and come back up your body, cleaning out negative energies. Throw those negative energies away and see what you're left over with. Take a breath and blow it out. Jason?
And to activate life force so I can have hope to solve the puzzle of my life purpose by applying the ecosystem approach.
Use that life force and blow out any negative energy left over. And to activate life force so I can trust that my life purpose can be revealed to me by using the ecosystem approach. Yes. Take a breath and blow it out. Jason?
And to activate life force so I can decide to remove the negative energy attached to me so my purpose is becoming more and more clear every day.
Pull it in and blow out any negative energy left over. And to activate life force so I can be happy and healthy and have fun, have clarity, awareness, objectivity, creativity, but also have the ability to see what's negative energy, blocks, and what is in my best interest. starting right now, today. Pull it in. Stop it at the tips of your feet and bring up the negative energy and the life force energy and throw out what you don't need anymore. So you already said, but let's do this one again. Jason, what are we going to talk about next week?
This is kind of dovetails with purpose.
It does.
Unlock the secret power for small business.
Mhm.
And if you're a small business owner, we're a big advocate of small business in general, entrepreneurship,
Absolutely.
because it allows you the flexibility to do things a little bit differently. If
Mhm.
you're in a big corporation, you have a culture that can be confining.
That is correct.
And you can use energy techniques in a large business, but you have to be more covert about it. We've had senior vice presidents of large
Yes, we have.
Fortune 500 companies work with us, and they love what we do, but they're loath to be public at all that they're working with someone like us because of the stigma.
Exactly.
But this is a really important show next week, and we're going to talk about how you can get a special advantage by using this energy approach in small business in a way that is really, really powerful.
And I want to say, and if you are big business, listen anyway. You might get a few tips that will actually help you.
Yes.
Okay. So, Jason,
if today touched you in some way, if today's show talking about your purpose, if you say, I want more of this, I need to know my purpose, I want this going forward, I want to have an energy approach to my life, we make it simple. First, go to our YouTube channel, The Ecosystem Approach, on YouTube. It's a little yellow sun, and subscribe, like us. We appreciate that. Go to our website, theecosystemapproach.org. Sign up for a free section. Every week we give you the clearings written out along with the picture of the processor. And if you want more of this, listen to our show every week. It's just that simple. We do this because we take different perspectives. Like this show is about purpose. Next week it's going to be about small business. That may not apply to you directly, but I guarantee you in every show we talk about how to apply an energy approach to your life in a way that you probably never thought about.
Exactly.
Our perspectives are really, really unique.
They really are.
And our Facebook page is theecosystemapproach.org. So
there we go. All right. We'll connect next week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Transformation Talk Radio, and you're listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia.
Remember, your ecosystem is the most important one in the world.
Thank you for listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. Tune in every week as we discuss practical ways to apply the ecosystem approach and develop your potential to live your life on your terms. For more information, visit our website at theecosystemapproach.org.